and welcome to Aspects of Living House and Home. I'm going to show you how to iron a long sleeve shirt. You need an ironing board or somewhere flat to put it on, and an iron with a steam ability or a steam generator. Making sure that the iron is set to the correct temperature for the garment that you're actually going to iron. In this case we want it on the cotton setting, and we're going to start with collar going flat and having the back of the collar facing towards you. Take the iron and then bring it in from the edge of the collar to the centre, and then on the other side bringing it from the edge of the collar to the centre as well. And this stops it from moving the material on the back so that you get ruffles in the back of the shirt collar. Turning it over and again doing the same thing on the front, from the corner to the centre and then from the corner to the centre again. Turning the shirt so that you can see the yoke, which is the piece of material that joins the back to the collar. Taking that over the edge of the ironing board and then ironing this part here. Moving it along as you go. And if the iron is not easy to move, perhaps you might have it on the high setting too much, you can always just turn it down a wee bit. The last part of the yoke there. Turning it over, you can now do the right side of the yoke. Taking one side of the front, place it down so that you have the front of the shirt with the inside facing up towards you and the correct side of the shirt facing down. You're going to iron the double edge here at the front and also moving over to the inside of the pocket. By doing this, it gives a nice finish to all the double parts of the shirt. Turning it round, so you're now doing the other side, placing it flat and then up the double part of the front of the shirt. Putting your hand inside the yoke so the front is facing towards you, take hold of the shoulder and the cuff at the same time, bringing it away from you and then down onto the ironing board. Again, we're going to do the double part of the shirt and we're going to iron the inside of the cuff. Turning it over, and this time going from the outside to the centre and from the outside to the centre again. And this gives a nice crisp finish. Turning it over again and making sure that the under seam of the sleeve is completely flat, and then moving the rest of the material up away from that edge to make sure that the inside of the sleeve is nice and flat. Taking the iron over all of the material, and you may need to change your hand on the iron, making sure you go right up to the cuff and the little edge that may contain a button here on the sleeve, so be careful that you don't catch it up with the iron as you go along. Holding the sleeve down, going over the inside and finishing the sleeve. It's nice and crisp. Take the other sleeve again, holding onto the top of the shoulder and the cuff, placing it down and making sure that the inside edge is flat, and then you can adjust this so that you can get the sleeve nice and straight. We're looking to do the inside of the cuff again, and then turning over from the outside edge to the middle, outside edge into the middle again. Turning the cuff over, straightening out, and then going right up to the edge of the sleeve at the top, changing your hand if you need to, and then down to the cuff. Iron. When ironing anything, it's advisable to have the material that needs ironing towards you, and then as you go through, pushing it away from you, because this then will reduce the risk of recreasing the side of the front part. So all we need to do now is pull it down, making sure again that it's nice and flat, and then taking the iron, we need to go in and out of the buttons, going up, holding on to the top of the shirt just to help it flatten, and then across by the yoke, and then slowly working your way back down so that you get a nice, crisp, even finish. Working your way around the shirt, each time moving and flattening at the same time. Sometimes you find that there is a label on the inside of the shirt, and sometimes it will contain a button. Be careful when you're doing the ironing from the front side, because sometimes if you go over this button, it can actually make a little hole where the iron has gone over and make it weak. So be careful. If there's a button, then move the label away from what you're actually ironing and then place it back again to do the other side. Try and do as much of the shirt as possible so that you're not moving the shirt any more than you need to, just to save time. And with practice, you will get quicker at it. Moving on to the back of the shirt. Many shirts have a pleat at the centre or either side, and this is to give extra movement across the shoulders. Be careful when you are going up into the shoulder area that you don't catch the iron on the pleat. Pressing it down nicely and then moving across the rest of the back of the shirt. Also, if you are moving around the surface of the shirt, be careful that the lead doesn't catch on the edge of the shirt and start to ruck it up. Going across to the other side of the back and pressing the pleat flat. Working to the front, if there's a pocket, then ironing over the pocket and then up to the yoke and down. And again, we would have done the double part of the shirt here, so no need to turn it over. We can carry straight on and moving up to the yoke and then back down again. Perfect. The shirt can now be put onto a hanger, or if you need to wear it, post it on. Do up the top button so that the shirt will hang straight, and also it will stop it from falling off the hanger. Thank you for watching Aspects of Living House and Home, and I hope you found this useful.